Yeah, you went back to the countdown. Wow, mixing it up.
I was like extra concentrated while I was doing
I love that. Welcome back to Oddities. I'm Cassie.
and I'm Kelly.
Do you want me to take it away since you're ill today, or do you want to do it?
You just go
Okay,
for it.
welcome back to Strangetown, friends. As per usual, all of our fun, funky, fresh social media information is in the description, along with our email. We've been hearing from a lot of you lately, which is really great. So please feel free to write
Funky
in.
fresh. I like that
Funky
that's how you describe
fresh.
us.
Thank you. Write in with your stories, write in to say hello, write in with complaints or suggestions, whatever. We're happy to hear it all. We're just thrilled anytime we get an email. And same on social media. You can always just message us there too. That's fine. We also have a link to our merch. Thank you to the wonderful and talented Lindsay Bidwell for her beautiful designs, and we have some new ones coming.
Yes, and like I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
It's a rough. She literally sent us
I
a rough
know.
draft, but let me tell you how freaking good that rough draft is.
I know my favorite thing is when people are so insanely talented and they send something like, "This is just a rough workup," and it's like it's a beautiful.
We'll take it as is.
Don't do anything else. Yeah, so really excited to drop those. And I really think I'm feeling it in my bones. I think we need to do a giveaway.
It's giveaway time. I've been wanting to do a giveaway since I started the podcast.
Then I think we need to do it. This comes after Valentine's Day, so I was gonna say let's do a Valentine's Day one, but I'll check when this is coming out and we'll plan a giveaway
St.
around it,
Patrick's Day.
friends. This is St. Patty's already?
This isn't St. Patty. I mean, this
Oh,
one comes out the beginning of March, but we could do a St. Patrick's Day
I love that. Let's do
giveaway.
it. Luck of the spooky. So let's do that.
I love that.
Thank you. So here comes the giveaway, friends, with some of our new merch. I'm going to tell you right now, you can find details on the giveaway on our social media. We'll launch it in accordance with this episode. So,
Yes.
ta-da!
We'll do the damn thing. Don't worry about it.
We will. So see you there. And subscribe to our Patreon. We do a couple bonus episodes every month on there for our patrons. You can do it for as low as $1 bill, and we'd love to see you.
Yeah. And we're having fun over there. So, like,
We are.
join
We're
the
having a
fun.
good time. Join the fucking fun, friends. Anyway. Anyway. How are you?
I'm here.
Ill. Yeah.
Last week I mentioned that my kids were sick. Inevitably, I also got sick. Not as
Yeah.
bad as them, though. Like, I feel real bad for my kids. I'm not going to lie. But I'm also sitting here going, I'm glad I'm not you. So,
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you lucked out.
I knew I was doomed. I woke up, I think it was Sunday morning or Monday morning. I don't know. It was some morning last
It was
week.
Monday, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and my youngest snuck into our bed, and he was face to face with me, and I was like,
It's
I'm
over.
screwed.
It's over. No, you knew it.
I was like, okay, that's not nice, but okay. We are trying to teach you sharing is caring. I see what you did there. So, I'm like, I would say 98%. I'm just a little congested with a little bit of a scratchy throat, so sorry, listeners.
No, it's giving you like mysterious, moody vibes for today's episode. You're like spooky, scary,
I have a little bit of a
skeletons.
spooky topic, so maybe that works out for my favor.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. That's great.
How are you?
I'm suffering, but I will be
Oh
fine.
no.
Work has been kicking my ass, but you know what? I feel very lucky to have work at all. So we're taking it in stride. And all this pressure that's on me at work right now, it'll be over. I mean, long before this episode comes out, but it'll be over. It'll be over by Valentine's Day at 3:45 p.m. Nashville time. Everybody, so sharp.
Cassie and I had a long conversation this week about how amazing her boss is. So if you're listening, hi.
Stephanie, if you're listening, God bless you. I appreciate you more than I can humanly say, and you are just wonderful. Sunshine. Everybody just snaps for Stephanie. That's all. And aside from that, I did my first volunteering at the theater. That was fun. I ran the tickets. like box office thing. That was cool. And volunteering at the library is going well. I'm What else did I want to share? Corey and I went on a little date last night. We went to see that ridiculous movie Megan about like the killer robot doll.
Oh.
The one of the commercials where she's throwing down with some like sick moves. She like
Yeah.
starts, yeah, it was that one. And it was actually better than, like, I full on expected to go to this for us literally just to laugh the whole time. But it was actually
Yeah.
better than I thought. It was a little spookala boogala, but yeah, we definitely laughed at some stuff too. Um, because it's just so like, some of the stuff was just so trite, but it was cool. And tomorrow I have hot plans because Corey has to go to East. He doesn't have to go. He's happily going to East Freedom to for a brunch for his grandpa's birthday, and I have to stay back with the dogs because we can't leave them for that long. So I have hot plans to do a deep clean on the house.
I've been doing that since yesterday.
Exactly. So since Corey's going to be here, we're recording. Or since Corey's not going to be here tomorrow, we're recording today because I got to pay attention to the pups. So that's what we have.
Love that.
Yeah, thank you. So it's in essence, I'm fine. It's also fucking
There's a
cold
lot
here.
going on, listeners. Yeah, it
Big
is.
time. It's
I
balls
saw
cold
that this
here.
morning.
Yeah, it dropped to like, I don't know, I think 12 overnight, but it had a real feel of like -10.
Don't you just hate that? You look at it and you go, gosh, that's awful. And then it decides to tell you real feel. It's like, no, that's even worse.
That's
Why would you
even
do
worse.
that?
Stop. So like I have to say, taking the dogs out to go to the bathroom, it's just been like, okay, and quickly, let's do this quickly.
And run and fast and don't waste your time.
And stop fucking around. So yeah. Anyway,
You can
that's
play inside, go pottying, get in.
yeah. We haven't. It's just been like a firm no on the walkies for the last couple of days. We're like negative. We'll throw the ball a while. Like we're not going for walks in this shit. So anyway, that's all. Thank you for asking.
Of course, when we lived in Idaho, we used to, when like the snow would get too high because we have short dogs. I don't know
Yeah.
if you're familiar. You have a
I
corgi,
relate.
but, like our older dog never really needed the exercise, but Rufio needed the exercise. So Michael would stay down in the basement and I would hide somewhere upstairs and just call his name so he would run back and forth to get the exercise.
We toss the ball up and down the stairs, so it's similar.
I just pictured Donut, little legs going up the stairs.
I know we only do it so much because like we worry about like her little hips and stuff, but yeah, she's my baby, my little baby. Even though she's a demon. A demon! Yeah.
Oh, no.
The demons are back. So, you have a spooky topic. Do you want to start us with your mysterious spooky topic in your mysterious spooky voice?
Sure. I am venturing back to my home county of Ventura, California.
Wait, stop. Mine's in California, too.
We did it again.
California love. Do you know that song? I love that song so much.
I knew exactly what song you were singing just from the cow.
I fucking love that song.
Specifically in Ventura County, I'm going to Santa Paula. I'm going to be talking about the haunted Glen Tavern Inn, which I just love the name.
That sounds like a cozy place to me. Ah, the
Well,
Glen
it is
Tavern
cozy
Inn.
from the photos that I saw. I'm like, oh, you're very cozy. I'd stay there. And even after hearing about the haunted crap, I'd still stay there. So.
Stay with the ghosties. Okay, we'll add it to the road trip. We've got a lot of places to crash. First of all, this is going to be an expensive fucking road trip for us.
It really is. We need some sponsors if you're out there.
We need some
Hi.
SponCon going. Stamps.com, I'm looking at you.
Built in 1911, this old English Tudor-style inn has a rich, colorful, and sometimes dark and seedy history, with tales of prostitution and murder during the Prohibition. The inn is both historically and paranormally intriguing.
Wow, these are a few of my favorite things. Also, I adore English Tudor-style buildings. I think they're the fucking cutest things in the universe.
So this is at the top of the list right now.
Yeah, like I am thriving. They look like little gingerbread houses to me, kind of. Or like, like you would see it in
Yeah.
like a fairy tale type shit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I see what you're putting down.
Yeah, you're picking up what I'm putting down.
That.
But you see it too, so.
Yeah. In Santa Paula, the inn was built because Santa Paula became a booming oil town, and fun fact, it is now a federal landmark because of that.
Oh, okay. There you have
I
it.
just thought that was, I've never heard of an inn being a federal landmark. I thought that was really
And
cool.
yet, here we are.
With over 100 years of history, the inn has gone through many ups and downs. The prohibition was When the prohibition was introduced, the inn suffered, but eventually the inn renovated, and the third floor became a speakeasy, brothel, and gaming parlor.
Nice. Good times all around.
It's a lot for a third floor. That's
Big time. Yeah. We love a multi-purpose floor.
And during Hollywood's golden era, many of the stars stopped by the inn, including John Wayne, Harry Houdini, Steve McQueen, and Clark Gable.
Okay, did you ever play that hand game where you were a kid and it was like, Harry Houdini has a 40-foot weenie, showed it to the lady next door? No? Was that like a New
Nope.
Jersey thing?
I guess
Okay.
that was I played Miss Sue.
Miss Sue. I think we did Miss Sue. I think Miss Sue, Miss Mary Mac was another one. I used to know all this shit.
Down by the banks.
Down by the banks? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, but we had Harry Houdini, he had a 40-foot weenie. Listeners, did anybody else play that shit or was it just like Belmead, New
Like
Jersey?
Cassie knows, she needs to know if it was a New Jersey thing or if this was a real thing.
Anyway, carry on.
So, the paranormal side of this wonderful inn, several ghosts are known to roam the Glen Tavern Inn, two well-known ghosts being Rose and Calvin. Paranormal enthusiasts say that Rose was a lady of the night
Same.
from the inn's brothel days.
Oh, I love that for Rose. Okay.
Right? Unfortunately, she was murdered and some say beheaded and left in a closet for a poor maid to find.
Jesus, okay.
Believed that when she is present, a mist is seen and a cold chill as well.
Wow, I love all of that a lot less for Rose. That sucks.
Right.
That's really gruesome and shitty.
Yeah. And the other well-known ghost is Calvin, who is believed to be a cowboy who was caught cheating while gambling and received a bullet to the head as a punishment.
It was a different time, okay?
It was a very different time.
Holy shit, all right.
Years later, and two of the sites that I was looking at while researching said two different things, so I'm going to say both of them.
Okay.
They kind of are similar. Years later, a cowboy hat with a bullet hole and bloodstains was uncovered in a crawl space / inside a wall.
Okay. Okay.
Suggesting that Calvin's spirit never left. It kind of makes sense. It kind of sounds like his spirit or himself was hidden, essentially.
I kind of want Calvin and Rose to have like their own ghost love story, but that's just me.
I kind of feel like that's what's going on, though, because they both haunt room 307.
Oh shit. Oh, well that's good. At least they have like company. Hopefully they like each other and like there's vibes, you know?
I hope Calvin's a gentleman. That's all I'm saying. I know
Yeah,
she was a lady of the night. That doesn't mean anything.
No, that doesn't. Shut the fuck up and be a gentleman.
Yep.
I don't know why I said shut the fuck up. It's not like he's like talking, but you know. Shut the fuck up anyway.
Paranormal enthusiasts suggest that Calvin is present when people can hear voices, knocking, and lights flickering.
Oh.
Guests can stay in Rose or Calvin's room, where the activity is especially active.
So I know what room we're staying in if we go this shit.
Totally. I'm down for it.
Big time 307.
I feel like I could be friends with both of them.
I know, big time. Here's my concern. My concern is if we actively choose to sleep in a haunted ass room, you're going to have crazy fucking sleep paralysis shit going on.
Yeah.
That's what my concern is.
You just need to keep ice next to the bed and you can just shove it on me if something weird's happening.
I'm going to pour some salt around your shit too. Why not? That's fine.
Kelly, time for bed. I'm going to tuck you in and pour some salt around.
Pour some salt around the bed.
That's some supernatural shit. Did you ever watch the show Supernatural?
I have only ever seen the first episode.
Oh my god.
But Jensen Ackles? He's hot. So, I mean, I would watch it just for him.
It's a
Not
great
Dean.
show. You
Not Dean
really
from
should
Gilmore
watch it
Girls.
for
Okay.
research personality. Research.
All of the above. Research,
Yeah.
personality, and purposes. All of them.
There you go. Thank you
Yeah.
for saying the words that weren't coming out of my mouth.
We're
Anyways,
here to help. We aim to please. Carry on.
and what's a good paranormal haunting without a child?
There's always a ghost child.
There's
Always.
always seems to be a child. There have been several reports of an apparition of a child, eh, often running through the corridors, and on multiple occasions, guests have reported a real little girl walking into their room at night and then running away when being seen.
Oh?
Workers have also said they saw a little girl during renovations running down a corridor and then through a wall.
Ah, that was shocking for them.
Like, okay, first off, it's like one thing. Hey, little girl, you're not supposed to be over here. And then she just goes through a wall. What would you
She's
do?
like, fine, bitch. I really don't know what I would do. Like, I think I would probably stop working for the day and maybe need like a little time to process that.
Hey, boss, I think we uncovered some asbestos. I'm hallucinating.
Is there mold in this building? Like, what's going on?
The sound of young children and laughing and running are often
No.
heard in the stairwell, as well as knocking on doors like little pranksters.
It's the children laughing part that I really just don't think I have any interest in having a part of. Like, the rest
You
of
know
it's
what? I
fine.
have to agree with you. I think I could deal with a lot of things. If I heard children giggling,
It's the giggling.
there's something really, really eerie about that.
I would get
No, thank you.
diarrhea instantly. Like, it just panic diarrhea. That's what would happen. I don't know. There's just something about like the whole like ghost children laughing, like, I guess, what is the word? Just like, it's like the thing that they do all the time in horror movies and shit, and it always gets to me, and I'm like, that's spooky. And then if I were to have that happen in real life, fuck it.
Right?
You know? So,
Yeah.
anyway.
The Glen Tavern Inn is still operating today.
Good.
They have ghost hunts and
Good.
hunts. It is a sweet little 35-room inn, I believe that's what it
Cute.
said. Yes, so it's a little adorable, and it's in a really, like, Santa Paula is actually really cute. So it's a fun little area to visit, and if you choose, just be respectful. That's all I'm going to say. I think that when we cover certain topics and, hey, this place is still available for you to go look at, yeah, by all means, go explore, but be respectful, because if it comes back to us, I will hurt you.
Big time. But the Odd Fam's the coolest. I think they'd be,
Yeah.
Respect. So, yeah.
Respect.
Anyway.
So that was the Glen Tavern Inn. I
That's
hope you
fun.
enjoyed.
Why is it, though, that, like, there's always a kid? Like, when you think about it, what would a kid have been doing in that place? And then died there. You know what I mean? Like, why?
Yeah, especially considering it seems like
It was like
I mean, okay, it's been open for over 100 years, so obviously,
So.
like, I'm sure more stuff has gone down there, obviously.
Yeah.
But it seems like the main focus was on stuff that happened during the Prohibition era, so it makes you wonder, why was a kid at a brothel, speakeasy, gambling hub?
Right? Which, like you said, it's over 100 years old, so, like, obviously they're, but in my mind, like, right away, I was like, so, like, who brought their kid along?
Yeah. Who brought their kid to work that day?
Like,
I've got questions.
Big time. But that was really interesting. I feel like there's just, like, a lot of crazy shit in, well, like the Wild West and whatnot. So, like, it's, there was, like, there's a lot of old history around there and everything else. And so, I don't know. Well done. Snaps for Kelly.
Thanks.
Yeah. Awesome. Mine, like I said, is also in California. We're at the Black Star Canyon, which is the coolest name to me.
I love that name.
But that also sounds very Wild West to me. It's like Black Star Canyon.
It does.
Like bing, 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 and then like tumbleweeds, all that shit. So anyway, it's known by many in Orange County and across Southern California, but it is mostly known for more than just its wide open spaces and family-friendly trails.
Ooh.
Unlike a lot of the other Southern California canyons, Black Star has been the site of multiple, like, negative events in history, and it reportedly has been the site of, like, cult activities, cryptid sightings, general paranormal events. We've got
A lot.
we
There's
have
a
a lot
lot on that
happening here.
plate.
This is the place to
Okay.
be. Okay, so um, in tandem with like some supposedly documented evidence, like some people feel this is to be one of the most haunted locations in all of Orange County and possibly all of like Southern California entirely, they say. So we have to
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to kick us off with some facts and history here. So, like I said, it's located in Orange County, California. It's in the Santa Ana Mountains off of Santiago Canyon Road. And the canyon was originally known as Cañada de los Indios under Spanish rule and later under Mexican rule as part of Alta California or Nueva California. It's a little fun fact there. So, the Santa Ana mountain range is largely comprised of limestone, which is known within the paranormal community for its supposed ability to absorb and release electromagnetic and psychic energies, which is further explained by something called the stone tape theory and the concept of place memory, which was proposed by T.C. Lethbridge in the 1970s. P.S. I started reading about that. It's pretty interesting. So if you guys want like an episode on like that theory and like place memory and shit, like let a girl know. I'll cover it. So anyway, millions of years ago, the Black Star Canyon and the surrounding areas were actually entirely underwater.
Oh,
And then, like, yeah. So, like, there's eroded seawalls and fossils of sea worms and shellfish that can be found throughout the canyon, which is bananas to me. Isn't that
love that.
wild? I gotta say, shit that's underwater. Okay. Anyway, 1831. Here we go. There's a Native American massacre, which is awful and sad and tragic, and I hate it. Local ranchers say that they were like terrorized by the Shoshone horse thieves. But that seems very like racist and weird to me. I think there was like a lot of probably back and forth bullshit going on there. William Wolfskill, who was a like I guess like a mountain man, helped to track the Shoshone supposed horse thieves into the canyon and discovered them around a campfire with both horse flesh and speculated human flesh. And then the ranchers like overwhelmed them and massacred them before desecrating and leaving the remains. That whole thing makes me nauseous. It makes me very sad. I hate that there's even just like Native American history in our country just pisses me off. Like all the shit that we did
It
to
pisses
them.
off a lot of people. Fun
It's
fact.
yeah, it's just like awful. So then there's also a Black Star Canyon Native American village site. It's a California historical landmark. It's number 271. And the land and structures from their village are located within the Black Star Canyon, and it's about a 5 mile hike from the trailhead to the site. In 1879, there's the Black Star Coal Mining Company. It was founded by August Whitty in 1879 after coal was discovered in Black Star Canyon the prior year. It was operated until the early 1900s. It had one 900-foot shaft, a Carbondale mine, and it yielded 6 to 10 tons of coal daily, which is a lot, I feel like, but I don't know anything about, like, whatever. Anyway, there's also something called the Hidden Ranch. So June 9th, 1899, there's the murder of James Gregg. Hidden Ranch was owned by Henry Hungerford of Norwalk and George M. Howard of Anaheim. June 8th, 1899, James Gregg, his brother-in-law, and a teenage boy, Clint Hunt, arrived to drive out cattle that Gregg owned and paid pasturage for, like, on the land. And that evening, a dispute began over unsettled debts between Gregg and the property owners. Howard supposedly owed Gregg $10 on a horse trade, and Gregg had an outstanding pasturage bill of like $17.50. If we put it into context, though, like, I mean, that was, I guess, a fair amount
That
back in
was
the
a lot
day.
of money.
Gregg insisted that Hungerford and Howard accept $7.50 in settlement. The next morning, June 9th, the dispute resumes and results in Henry Hungerford fatally shooting James Gregg.
Okay.
Good thing we can all handle and settle our differences and our problems, in a very, calm and
Civil
cool-headed
way.
manner. Yes. So a murder trial, originally brought before Judge J.W. Ballard, resulted in the conviction of Hungerford. However, a new trial was sought, and the judge granted the motion on the ground that not enough evidence was produced. And since no evidence was available, District Attorney R.Y. Williams had no choice but to dismiss the case entirely, and so Hungerford ultimately got away with the murder of James Gregg. So that's yet another tragic thing here. Then,
Wow.
between the 20s and the 50s, 1920s and 1950s, I should say, mining at the Blue Light Mine, originally known as the Dunlap Mine, continued to be successful in nearby Silverado Canyon. And the blue light mine produces approximately, $47,000 worth of zinc, lead, gold, and silver between 1942 and 46. And then the company was later known as the Silverado Mine Company. And with these mines, like, I couldn't find anything like noted of like notable deaths or things like that. But you got to think, like, I mean, coal mining is like very risky business. I am going to assume that there were multiple
Yeah,
deaths in these mines. Just, you know, as it
it
is.
makes sense.
Yeah. So then there's something called Beek's Place. If you follow Black Star Canyon Road for 8 miles, you'll reach the Santa Ana Divide, where the ruins of Newport Harbor Master Joseph Beek's old home are located near the KSOX Doppler Tower. Joseph Beek was the founder of the Balboa Island Ferry, and he purchased 1 square mile from railroads in the 1920s. And there are remnants of his stone cabin, cistern, and several walls standing within the space. And apparently there's some supposed like paranormal activity around there. February 25th, 1969, for a solid month, an average of 7 inches of rain fell each day in parts of Orange County. Isn't that crazy?
I don't believe that.
Anyway, Silverado, Harding, Majeska, and Santiago Creeks all flooded simultaneously. The Silverado Fire Hall, which is home to the volunteer fire department, served as a shelter for residents who lost homes due to the flooding, and between 7 and 11 people died when a mudslide fell on the Silverado Fire Hall, although numbers vary depending on the report that you look at. And then in more modern times, July 3rd, 2001, 2 men and 3 boys associated with the Los Traviesos crew were arrested after beating 2 teenage boys and violating 2 teenage girls in Black Star Canyon. And the suspects confessed to drinking and drug taking while in the canyon prior to the attacks. June 24th, 2002, Nicholas Anderson, Glenn Anderson, and a friend enter into the blue light mine in Silverado, but the 2 brothers never made it out. Oxygen levels inside the mine were recorded at only 4%, and oxygen in the atmosphere is normally around roughly 21%. So,
Okay.
there you have it. 2005, a 16-year-old girl was killed when rocks, mud, and earth hit a market and home in Silverado Canyon. This occurred near the station where lives were lost back in the flood, and this death is marked by a rock memorial at the location. December 2011, home of Connie Carter was destroyed in a Silverado Canyon mudslide. And then up to September 9th, 2013, a car crash on Santiago Canyon Road claimed the life of a 16-year-old on the way to Black Star Canyon with a group of friends. So that's just a history of all the tragedy right in this single zone.
Yeah.
So that's like a lot of bad juju, you know? Like there's just like a lot of shit that happened,
That's
a lot of
really
deaths,
crazy, yeah.
a lot of misfortune. We have this whole skirmish with horses. We have this whole skirmish with like people owing people money and they can't handle it. So anyway, now there are some legends that come with Black Star. One of them is Santiago Sam, who's a Bigfoot Sasquatch type of cryptid of the Santa Ana Mountains. Sasquatch, or no, not Sasquatch, Sam. Santiago Sam is roughly 5'2" and has 20-inch footprints. There have been 4 sightings by rangers and the Black Star Canyon and other areas of the Cleveland National Forest.
Wait, I have questions. Hold on. It's like a Sasquatch cryptid, is what you said.
But it's small.
But it's very small. It's a
It's
small boy.
It's a small boy. I know.
5'2". I'm taller than that.
I know he's a small boy. So then there's also
that one just threw me. I like that we have the height. I'm sorry.
I know he's just a widow. He's a widow Sasquatch man. I love him. Cuddly beast.
He's a baby Sasquatch.
Whittle one. There are the Black Star Waddlers. So this was a sighting. Yeah, this was a sighting January 23rd, 1995 by friends hunting in Black Star Canyon. There have been multiple sightings apparently since 1995, although the name Black Star Waddlers is not always referenced. But these are entities that are approximately 2 feet in height and dark in color, and they have a notable waddle as they walk. That's it. That's all I have about the Waddlers.
Waddle.
There's also supposed Illuminati rituals. We know that I love the Illuminati so much.
I don't know why, but my TikTok feed is filled with Illuminati stuff right now.
Can I say how much I love that for you? That's what I want my feed to be. But right now,
I'll start
filled.
sending you more stuff.
Right now, it's filled with those Borzoi dogs, the white ones with the noses, and it's like the Miss Piggy song. The "Didn't I do it for you?" Have you seen that?
Wow, that was so good.
Thank you. I've
Holy
listened to it
shit.
so many times. Kirby. All right, so Illuminati rituals. Right, here we are. Noted in The Truth About Freemasons, Illuminati, and New World Order by SDS and CMW. You can find it on Google Books. Anyway, an individual, codenamed Pindar, is a supposed member of the Illuminati Brotherhood from the Alsace-Lorraine region of France and has been known to attend major satanic ceremonies in Europe and California. There's another person, Beltane, was celebrated in Trabuco Canyon, but urban sprawl led organizers to move the rites and ceremonies to Black Star Canyon instead. And then there's like Samhain ritual that's noted to take place at a church in Long Beach, California. There's also the Walpurgis ritual noted to take place on Catalina Island. I don't know. There's like a lot of vibes happening in California
There's
with
a
the
lot of
Illuminati.
things. There's
Yeah.
a lot of things happening out here in California, you guys.
California is a fucking weird place. I've got to be
Can I
honest.
tell you a theory I have about the Illuminati?
Of course.
Okay, I just have to say this. I firmly believe that the Illuminati and the Church of Scientology are the same thing.
Okay, same though. That totally makes sense to me. Yes, 100%, big time. Which yeah. They're both like, and I don't know, just the concepts of both of them are just like so ridiculous. Okay, anyway, La Llorona, my girl. I covered La Llorona very early in the podcast. I love her. She's the wailer, weeping woman. She's noted as the first ghost story involving the canyon, according to vymaps.com.
Ooh.
The stories of La Llorona originated from the Spanish, who controlled the land prior to Mexico. La Llorona is said to live in a well and appear with the head of a horse. But she's also like said to appear by like streams, and there's this whole like backstory with like she lost her child in a river or whatever. And go back and listen to that episode.
Mourns.
Yeah, she's hanging out by the water, which like I get it. Sure.
Yeah. Same.
There's also just La Llorona aside. There's another woman in white, of course. She's seen
There's
around
always a woman in white.
Literally always, anywhere you go. And she's seen around corners, on the trails, and out of the corner of the eye. And some have stated that the woman is crying or visibly upset, which to me is like, okay, so is it just La Llorona? Like, could they not
That's
just be
fair.
one and the same, you know? So anyway,
Yeah.
there's also an abandoned school bus, formerly in Black Star Canyon, but it was removed in 2012, 2013, roughly. According to multiple sites and word of mouth, many believe that this school bus traveled the area daily and transported children between their homes and the local school. In the 70s, the bus driver lost control and the bus crashed within Black Star Canyon, killing everyone who was on board, including children.
Oh, sad.
But there's not like true documentation of this, so this is kind of like hearsay. But anyway, prior to its removal, individuals would report ghostly apparitions of children and handprints on the bus windows, seemingly trying to escape. And although the bus is gone, it's still believed that the child spirits are present and that their voices can still be heard by like canyon visitors. But this legend is like one of the most notorious. And this like tour company that is like known in the area, they've never found like official documented evidence of such an incident taking place. But there was an actual school bus that was hanging out in the canyon for years. So I don't know. I mean, whatever. So there's also reports of disembodied voices, drums, chanting, weeping, and growling. Not all at once. I don't think.
I was good until you said the growling part.
It's the demons. So
It's the demons.
yeah, so people have just been known to hear this shit with like no visible, you know, parties around or whatever. I mean, I would argue to that, okay, you're in a canyon, the acoustics are really weird. It's probably from far away that you're hearing shit and it travels weird or whatever, but that's just me. And then of course, we have satanic cults. Satanic rituals and cult activity have long been associated with Black Star Canyon. Many visitors have reported hooded figures, unexplained fires and lights. One individual and his friend reported stumbling across a ritual sacrifice with like hooded figures chanting. And then once seen, they like left the park quickly. However, they discovered a note on their vehicle advising them to leave and never come back.
Oh.
And hikers have reported satanic imagery, chalk pentagrams, used candles, animal skulls, chalices, and simply put, bloody objects. So there's also KKK and white supremacist activity, so gross. Rallies and Klan activity have been reported in Black Star Canyon, many sightings near the old Native American village that I had mentioned and other remaining structures. Some believe that lynchings and other racially charged terrible incidents have taken place within the canyon. and a large area, it's just like it's this big spot where like bodies and victims can't really be found very easily, you know, everything like that. And then of course, UFOs, my favorite. I love it so much. People say flashing lights, unexplained sounds, fast flying objects. While planes are frequently flying overhead due to the John Wayne Airport, many have noted the noticeable difference between the UFO sightings and these planes. There's also unexplained figures and creatures, like quick moving, stalking, and sometimes aggressive. And then there's something simply called the vortex,
Oh.
which is a portion of the Black Star Canyon Trail known for intense energy and frequent paranormal activity. There's a lot of EVPs, disembodied voices, unexplained sounds, rocks being thrown, apparitions, all within this vortex. And some theorize that a vortex may have been created in this space by multiple negative events of large scale, creating a tear in the rift of time and space across dimensions. Or an opening or portal of sorts brought on by various environmental factors in the immediate area. And that is Black Star Canyon.
That's intense. Two fun facts here. One, do you want to go there?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. It's about the same distance from my house to Black Star as it is to your house to your parents.
Oh, like 2 hours. I love it.
Yeah. And then also, fun fact, if you were to come out here, John Wayne Airport is where you want to fly into.
I'm gonna fly right over I'm gonna fly over the vortex. I love that for me. Oh my god, I would have to ask
Make
the
sure
flight
you're looking
attendants.
out the window.
Yeah, I'd have to ask them. Can you point out the Black Star Canyon to me? They're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this
I need
bitch?"
to see the vortex.
I'll be like,
That's
"You don't
why Cassie
understand."
gets pulled at TSA every time.
And that is exactly why I get frisked at the airport every single fucking time. So, the only airport that I've had luck at so
Wow.
far is our little local airport here because there's nobody. It is
There's
literally
nobody. I have to. Okay, funny story about that. When we were leaving for your wedding, I have TSA pre-check, right? And so nobody was there. But Michael and he didn't have it, so he's going through it. We got through it at the same time. He goes, was it really worth it going through the TSA pre-check line when we could have just gone through together? And I'm like, it was. It was like a race for me.
I know. It's a really nice little airport, but it's dead.
It's so quiet.
It is so quiet. It is so low key. And I mean, it
I
sucks
think
because
it's the
you can't.
quietest airport I've ever been to.
It sucks because you can't get like direct flights to anywhere. You pretty much always have a layover, but like it is the
Also,
least
though,
stressful airport experience I've ever
that's
had
what
in
I
my
was about to say.
life.
I'm like, I don't mind going through that airport because when we were coming for your wedding, it was like, okay, I know where everything is. This is really easy to like navigate. Leaving from your wedding, oh, I have no stress because there's
It's
nobody
gone.
in this airport.
There's literally nothing, and there's not anybody. They do have a few good like snack spots. Like they've got Starbucks, they have Dunkin', they have like
They have
all the little.
Wutzels.
Yes, okay. So they have like a little bit of everything, right? But there's never any lines because nobody's there.
Nope. It's
Anyway.
quiet. It's peaceful. We enjoy it. Anyways.
100% would be down to visit the Black Star Canyon. There's I don't. I was just when I was researching it, I was just astounded. Like, not only does it have like paranormal activity, but it has paranormal activity of like every variety under the sun.
Oh yeah, like
It's like-
this one said, "Hold my beer."
Oh, big time. They were like,
Big hold my beer energy.
why have just ghosts when you can have ghosts, aliens, cryptids, cults? Like,
Also, the cryptid. I'm convinced that cryptid decided that it was gonna be that it is a cryptid and that it's just. I want to be the Sasquatch when I grow up. That's what I like mentally have in my head now because I
it's
can't
like
get the 5
it's
foot
the
2
little
out
kid
of my head.
Sasquatch. I love it so much. Wait, what was it? Santiago Sam? Yeah, I love Santiago
Yeah.
Sam. I like in our bonus episode when I was like, "What's my favorite cryptid?" Now it's Santiago Sam.
I was about to say, I'm like, I wish I'd known about this before our episode
I know.
last week.
I know he's a little soft boy, tiny boy. I love him. So anyway, that's the Black Star Canyon. If any of our listeners have ever been, I want to hear about it because
Yes, let us know. Like, seriously. And I think that goes for anything. If you've been to any of the
course.
places we've ever talked about, tell us your stories about it. Did you experience anything? Was it weird or was it, boring and normal?
yeah, or is it like all bullshit? Because I mean, I want to know that too. So yeah. Anyway, I mean, I think a lot of this stuff, like some of the disembodied voices, shit like that. Like I said, I think we could chalk it up to probably some weird acoustics, but still weird, still crazy. if we go, we better see a fucking UFO or I'm pissed. I also want to see La Llorona while I'm at it because she's my bitch. So
That's fair. That's
yeah, we can have a good cry together. I'm not above that.
fair. We can support each other.
Big time. Tears supporting tears. So anyway, kids, that's what we've got for you today. Until next time.
Stay strange.